Hello, oh my god, I actually cannot believe that I am making this video because I have made it to the end of the game, the end of the season. This is something that I really did not predict when I started this game. Of course you hope to make the end, you hope to make the final tribal council, but it's always just not so tangible for me necessarily. Like, I'm a host, ultimately, and so making it to the end as a player is pretty cool for me. Especially because, the last time I made the final tribal council was literally in my first ever org, which was April 2020. So this was, or April, May. So it would have been about this time, actually, in the year. So, yeah, it's been 3 years coming, shall we say, that I finally make it to another final tribal. But this time I think I'm the top contender coming into it to win. So I'm really proud of my showing in this season. And, yeah, just ultimately, I'm chuffed. I'm over the moon. So firstly, before I forget, I just filmed my Rites of Passage video, which you can see there. And so let me briefly talk about the hosts. Thank you, production, for, of course, platforming me, like giving me space to play this game across the season. It's been so cool. And, when I first signed up to play Mirror Org, I did it because I wanted a season 1 that was good. And I guess my ego, my, org ego is like, oh, well, a good season is one with me in it, so here I am. But I hope that I've contributed to it being a good season. And when I think back, I think that I have, because the tie vote was pretty cool, the gem vote was pretty cool, even the Veneta vote that I was on the wrong side of was cool. For those to be the first 3 rounds of Merge were really interesting in my opinion. I got a tie vote in there for fun. The Lara vote I think was pretty interesting. And yeah, me voting out then Zach and Clara at the end to clinch hopefully a win. I think was pretty cool. So, and also Danny's final words, iconic. The anarchy twist at the start, iconic. Overall, a really cool season, so I'm very glad to be here. And I didn't even find a single idle or advantage all season, so I'm proud of just, I guess, being 3 years deep in these games and still having it. I still got it, you know what I'm saying? Jack and Sophie, and Courtney now too. I originally did this because I, of course, know you all from Natura Org, and so it's been really cool to carry that baton. And I'm sure it's been annoying for me crossing the meters over. I've talked about Natura Org so much in this season. But to be at Final 8, scared I'm going to go home, and there being another Rio in the game that I did end up voting out at that point, come on. And also Maddie, Clara, and Zach were all here, so that was pretty cool as well. Which I have to say that I didn't actually rely on them because of Natura Org. Maybe Zach at the start, kind of, but that fizzled away because we were on different tribes. So ultimately, I was able to play my own game even though I knew these people coming in. Especially, Clara, Zach, and Maddie were all put on the other Warren tribe. So, yeah, I was never on Warren, which is another reason why I'm, so happy to be here, because I feel like I betrayed literally my entire tribe in the process. Anyway, you're all fantastic, so yes, I'm very glad that this season has worked out for you all. And also, I'm glad that, I can already feel the community forming around Mirror Org, and it is separate to other orgs, so I'm just glad that this community is, I guess, finding its own niche. And I look forward to future seasons carving out that niche further, so that's all very cool. And also John, Leia, it's been great getting to know you guys as well. I really have John, of course, thank you for all of the words that I said in my accent check. And Leia, just thanks overall for all the work that everyone's done. It's been really cool to be the guinea pig that you guys can, follow around the maze, which is kind of how I feel playing a game. So I would much rather be the man holding the cheese. Or, any other person, the scientist, the gender nondescript scientist with the cheese, moving the rats around the cage. That's how I feel as a host versus a player. So anyway, thinking about the end game now, Final Tribal Council, I am shook that I've made it here, first and foremost. I have a time zone disadvantage. I wake up and learn what's happened while I've slept, and yet every single time I've been in a position of power, or at least I've been able to have some say. So the fact that I've been able to have a say, even though I'm in New Zealand, is incredible. And I don't know if I should say in my speech how I think pretty much everyone in the cast would do so much worse in the game if they were in New Zealand. Like, the advantage that Americans have in orgs, just because there are more of them, is ridiculous. So to be here is really cool as the only person from New Zealand. Another thing is that I've not received a vote. I've talked about this so much, but with me winning final immunity, not only does that mean I won the most challenges this season with 3, but it also means that, yeah, I have not received a vote. I've never seen my name written down all month, all season, so I'm really proud of that. And I'm sure that's the flip side of, like, you know, Fungus and Chad, how they have received like 6 or more votes already in the season. So I hope they don't receive any more. I hope to see my name at Final Tribal Council for the first time. When I think about the course of the season, I think that I really steered the merge. Because getting out, as I've said in the Rites of Passage video, getting out Jem when I could have voted out Clara, and then getting out Ty when I could have got rid of Zach, that proved the direction of the game, in my opinion, and it meant that Zach and Clara were the people who I could hide behind, because I felt the best about them, and I knew that they would be voted out before me, just based off the vibes, because Clara was playing a big middle game at the start of the merge, and Zach was already a big player, because Zach, Rio, Vanita, and Ty were kind of blacklisted after Danny's final words, in my opinion, so at least they were the most social too, at least from my perspective. So, yeah, I saw them as players that were valuable to me, but also because they trusted me, but also because of the other side that I could later vote them out. And that's exactly what happened. So I don't think I could have played the game I did if I didn't make the move to get Ty out, and if I didn't flip to get Jem out. Because, you know, if you look at the people that voted for Clara at the first Tribal Council, that was my entire red new tribe and Rio. So I didn't want Rio to be the one with the flip power. It's kind of like Cass and Kagiyan. I wanted to be the one to break the game, and I was. And I did it to my advantage. And then the Vanita vote, of course, I was on the outs of, but I would put that down to how I mitigated my threat level successfully. I threw challenges this season. I made sure that I wasn't seen as a social core like Vanita was, because Vanita was seen as the V between Zach, the V, that's funny because that's her name, Zach and Chad, and Vanita's here. And I guess Vanita in a way was connecting me to Zach and Chad as well, but I had my own alliances with them. Yeah, inevitably, she was voted out. So I was sad, but it meant one less person that I had to vote out, so I was kind of okay with it. And it also meant Clara and Fungus were in a middle position, which originally I was worried about. However, you know, they worked themselves into that great position, and then who were the next people to go home? Rio, unanimous. Laura, and how did Laura go home? Because Zach, Chad, and I were then the majority again. So you put that down to what? You put that down to clever social and strategic maneuvering, and it also was just like, I don't know, it kind of proves to me that Clara and Fungus worked themselves into that good position, but then did not capitalize it on the way they could have, because I really expected to go home at Final 7 because of the original Vanita voters voting for me. But that never happened, so I was, really chuffed, because it meant I was playing a good game, and I was mitigating my threat level. Of course, there's the Rio stuff I've already talked about. Personally, you know, that scary moment. Navigating the Danny Drew votes as well. I didn't receive a vote, which was wild, because it was definitely quite a heated moment, and yet I managed to bridge relationships with both of them, even though they're not in the jury. I think that also spoke to, you know, my ability to maneuver socially, and I got in Ty's good graces, even though I always distrusted Ty. So, actually, I didn't always distrust Ty, but yeah, there was a turning point. As soon as I learned about that vote steal, I was like, Ty's gotta go. I'm so sorry, Ty. Even though I loved chatting with Ty, voice chatting. That was really, really cool. And then, getting out Clara and Zach at the end, I, won 3 challenges. I won the last 2 immunities, which is so clutch of me, because it meant I could direct exactly what I wanted to direct. And then voting out Rayleigh, I explained that in that I was scared Rayleigh could be taken to the end over me. It also tied off the loose end, because it meant that Vanita's Angels had majority going into the final 5. And, I could potentially vote out Clara with Zach and Chad if I wanted to, if Zach won immunity. Ultimately that didn't happen, but I was also scared of advantages and idols, because I feel like the turmoil, dissent, harmony civilized society idol thing. I don't know what came of that, so I was scared that there could have possibly been something else out there. And as a result, I tied the vote just for my own safety, because then it meant that at least I would know whether I was in danger. I don't know, maybe I should have voted for Zach and it would have been easier to go Zach, Clara, Rayleigh getting voted out, but also, yeah, Fungus could have totally voted me out over Rayleigh at Final Four, and I had to avoid that, so I'm really proud of the game I've played. I maybe could have been more social, but I think that would have got me voted out, so I feel like this game I played as the player I know I am, and I know I have the potential to be, and I'm really proud that this is the community that sees me play this game, because it's been a long time coming personally, and yeah, to achieve what I've achieved this season is really, really cool. I'm really proud of myself, and I really hope that the jury sees that too, and that Zach and Vanita and now Clara work it in my advantage. I don't know. Anyways, this is my final video for the season, so this will probably be my last confessional. I'll probably write like 2 or 3 sentences underneath this, but that'll be it. So thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, give me a crown and a trophy emoji. That's what I want. Let's manifest it, please, and thank you. But yeah, peace out, and I'll catch you in the next one maybe. I don't know. Bye.